All right, so we're diving into the world of horticulture workers today.
Yeah, getting you prepped for that interview using RoleCatcher's
We'll
resources.
look at their career guide, the interview guide, even their AI.
So not just acing the interview, but understanding this whole field.
That's the goal, right?
Okay.
To really thrive in this career.
Exactly. So first, let's unpack what a horticulture worker actually does.
It's got to be more than just working with plants, right?
Oh, yeah. Way more RoleCatcher gets specific, breaking it down by experience level.
So like entry level, junior, senior,
Hmm.
each with different tasks.
Yep. Think starting with pest control, then designing strategies, then overseeing whole operations.
Wow, so you can really grow in this role. And speaking of growth,
RoleCatcher talks about big industry trends like sustainable practices, plant breeding, even automation.
it's not your grandma's garden anymore.
Exactly. Interviewers want forward thinkers, so how do you show that?
Well, RoleCatcher has these 10 sample interview questions.
Perfect place to start. Let's break them down one by one.
All right, question 1. Can you tell us about your experience with plant propagation?
Sounds simple, but they're looking for more than just, I've planted things.
Right, more than just sticking seeds in the ground.
It's about the science of making more plants. Think grafting, budding cuttings.
Oh, like actually multiplying plants, not just starting from seed.
Exactly. Show off that hands-on experience and understanding.
So let's say I've grafted apple trees. Should I just list the steps I did?
Go deeper. Why'd you choose grafting for those trees? Advantages, challenges.
Like maybe the graft failed at first and I had to adapt.
Yes. Show you can think critically, not just follow steps.
That's a great point. Problem solving is key. Okay, question 2. How do you maintain the health of plants in adverse weather conditions? This is where it gets real.
For sure. They want to see you protect those plants from heat, frost, drought, everything.
So it's not just knowing about weather, but having solutions.
Right. RoleCatcher mentions mulching, shade, adjusting watering. But don't just list them.
Gotcha. Connect them to specific situations I've faced.
Like covering tomato plants during a cold snap. Or creating shade during a heat wave.
Real-world examples. Makes it more memorable. Okay, question 3. How do you identify and manage plant diseases?
Ah, you're the plant doctor now. Diagnosing and treating their patients.
Gotta know my black spot from my powdery mildew then.
Exactly. And don't forget prevention, spacing, air circulation, disease-resistant varieties.
Showing I'm proactive. What if I'm newer to this, though? Not much disease experience.
Still show your knowledge. Maybe you researched a disease or treated one in your own garden.
So even personal experience counts if I learn from it.
Absolutely. It's about that curiosity and taking initiative.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, question 4. Can you tell us about your experience with irrigation systems? More than just watering, I bet.
You bet. It's water management. Different plants have different needs.
And there's so many systems. Drip irrigation sprinklers, soaker hoses.
Each with pros and cons. It's knowing when and how much to water, too.
And water conservation's a big deal these days.
Huge. So can you adjust systems based on weather or soil? Ever fixed a leak or clog?
Shows I'm resourceful. Problem solving again. Question 5. How do you ensure that plants are properly fertilized? More to it than just giving them food right.
Right. How much when those NPK ratios ring a bell?
NPK. Those are the percentages of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium.
You got it. Like a recipe. Different plants need different ratios.
So, like, leafy greens need more nitrogen for growth.
And flowering plants need more phosphorus for blooms. It's tailoring their diet.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if I haven't worked professionally with fertilizers?
Draw on personal experience. Maybe you experimented in your garden or researched methods.
Showing I'm always learning. All right, question 6. Can you tell us about your experience with pruning trees and shrubs?
They want someone who gets the why not just the how.
So pruning shears aren't enough.
Nope. Thinning cuts, heading cuts, pruning for shape, for fruit, for removing disease.
It's knowing what to cut and why. What if my experience is mostly from my yard?
Still valuable. Maybe you helped a neighbor or reshaped a hedge.
Plus any resources I've used to learn or head. Okay, question 7. How do you manage weeds in a garden or landscape? Everyone's favorite ride.
Huh. But it shows your strategy, not just pulling them out and hoping for the best.
So RoleCatcher mentions mulching, herbicides, hand weeding. What else?
Go deeper. Types of mulch, choosing the right herbicide, and prevention.
Identifying weed seedlings before they take over, pre-emergent herbicides.
See? Proactive weed control. Okay, question 8. Can you tell us about a time when you had to troubleshoot an issue in a garden or landscape?
Classic problem-solving question.
Pick an example that shows your knowledge and quick thinking.
Like diagnosing a plant ailment or a wonky irrigation system.
Exactly. Walk them through it, how you identified the problem, what you tried.
And what happened in the end. Even if it wasn't perfect, what I learned.
Shows self-awareness and growth. Question 9. How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others while working in a garden or landscape?
All about responsibility.
They want to see you're safety conscious, more than just wearing gloves.
So proper tool use, equipment, safety protective gear.
Being aware of surroundings, keeping things clean, handling chemicals safely.
Demonstrating a culture of safety, first aid, or CPR training would be good here.
Definitely. Shows you're prepared. Last question. Can you tell us about your experience with plant identification?
Ooh, this one sounds fun.
Time to shine. They want more than just common names.
So knowing plant families, genus, species, Latin names won't scare me.
Right. But even if you're not an expert, describe your process.
Like using visual cues or online resources or talking to local experts.
It's about being resourceful and constantly learning.
And if I have a favorite plant group, like succulents, share that passion.
Great way to connect. Wow, we covered a lot. 10 questions down, and I'm feeling more confident already.
But there's one more thing that can give us an edge. RoleCatcher's AI.
Now, this is where it gets really cool.
Imagine AI that tailors answers and gives feedback for specific job role.
It analyzes your CV and the job description to see what you might be missing.
So it's like a personalized coach pointing out things I haven't showcased.
Exactly. But before we get into all the amazing things RoleCatcher's AI can do, let's take a quick break and come back to explore how it can really take our interview prep to the next level. So we're back and ready to dive into RoleCatcher's AI.
Yeah, this AI thing is really blowing my mind.
It's pretty amazing how it can personalize your prep based on specific jobs.
So walk me through it again. How does it actually work?
You start by uploading your CV, gives the AI a snapshot of your experience.
Okay, so it gets to know me a little bit.
Then you add the job description, and that's when things get interesting.
Because it can compare the two and see what's missing.
Exactly. It analyzes both documents, looking for skills the employer wants that you haven't highlighted.
Oh, wow. So it's like a super smart proofreader for my career.
Kind of. It might suggest adding keywords or restructuring your CV to really showcase your skills.
That's so cool. So it helps even before I submit my application?
Gives you a head start. Now, let's say you've used RoleCatcher to polish your CV and you land the interview. How does the AI help you then?
That's what I'm really curious about.
Remember those 10 sample questions we talked about? RoleCatcher takes them to the next level using the job description.
So it's not just generic advice anymore. It's specific to the job I'm applying for.
Exactly. It might suggest emphasizing certain skills, using specific examples, even rephrasing things to match the company's values.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like having a custom-made interview guide.
Think of it like a perfectly tailored suit, a perfect fit for you and the role you want.
Okay, I'm getting it now. So let's go back to that first question about plant propagation. How would RoleCatcher make my answer even better?
Let's say the job description emphasizes grafting fruit trees. RoleCatcher might suggest focusing your answer on that specific technique.
Makes sense. Highlight what they're looking for. Could it even give me examples to use?
It might, like successful grafts you've done in the past, maybe even mention specific fruit tree varieties they work with.
So it's all about showing I'm the perfect fit for that job.
You got it. Now, how about that question on managing plant diseases? How could RoleCatcher help with that one?
Good question.
Imagine the job description mentions organic pest control methods. RoleCatcher might suggest you talk about your experience with beneficial insects or natural pesticides.
Oh, yeah. Instead of just talking about any pesticides.
Right. It could even remind you of specific organic products or techniques that are popular in the industry.
So it's not just about knowing stuff. It's about knowing the right stuff.
Exactly. It's about showing you're not just a good fit, but the best fit for their way of doing things.
This is really impressive. But interviews can be scary. How can RoleCatcher help with those nerves?
That's where the video practice feature comes in. It's like having a mock interview with a virtual coach.
Wait, I can practice my answers on video.
Yep. You record yourself answering questions, and RoleCatcher's AI analyzes your performance.
Whoa, it analyzes the video. That's crazy. What kind of feedback does it give?
It looks at your tone of voice, body language, even how much eye contact you make.
Wow. So it's like having a personal coach and an image consultant all in one.
It also analyzes the content of your answers, making sure you're hitting key points and not rambling.
This is amazing. I never knew interview prep could be so high-tech.
It's the ultimate tool to polish your delivery and boost your confidence. By practicing with RoleCatcher, you can walk into that interview feeling like a pro.
I'm starting to feel like I could ace any horticulture worker interview with RoleCatcher on my side.
You're well on your way. But there's one crucial aspect we need to consider that goes beyond technical skills and interview prep.
What's that?
Passion. The interviewer wants to see you're genuinely enthusiastic about horticulture, not just looking for any job, but a career you'll love.
That makes sense. So how do I show that passion during the interview?
It's all in the details. Talk about your favorite plants, your dream garden, a time you were amazed by nature. Share your experiences, your aspirations, your love for all things green.
So basically, let my personality shine through. Let them see my excitement.
Exactly. Remember, you're not just selling your skills, you're selling yourself. Let them see your excitement, your curiosity, your dedication to the world of plants.
That's a great reminder. I'm starting to feel like I can not only ace the interview, but also make a genuine connection with the interviewer.
That's the key. Combine your passion with solid preparation and the power of RoleCatcher's AI, and you're unstoppable.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. We've covered everything from the specifics of horticultural tasks to AI-powered interview prep and the importance of letting your passion shine. I'm feeling so much more prepared for my next horticulture worker interview.
But before we wrap up, there's one last nugget of wisdom from RoleCatcher that we need to explore.
Okay, I'm all ears. So what's that last bit of advice from RoleCatcher?
It's about thinking long-term. They highlight other career paths that you could branch out to from the horticulture worker role.
Oh, so it's not just about this one job, but where it could lead me.
Right, like maybe you become a fruit production team leader or even a groundsman.
So I should research those roles too, see what else is out there.
Exactly. It could help you specialize or find a niche you're really passionate about.
It's like we're not just prepping for an interview, but planting seeds for a whole career.
And RoleCatcher has resources for tons of careers so they can keep guiding you as you grow.
This has been such an amazing deep dive. I went from feeling kind of lost to feeling ready to tackle anything.
We covered so much ground, from the basics of horticulture to using AI to prep for interviews.
And that reminder to let my passion shine through, that was huge.
Because at the end of the day, it's your passion that'll really make you stand out.
So to everyone out there getting ready for a horticulture worker interview, remember, you've got this.
You've got the knowledge, the skills, and most importantly, the passion.
And with RoleCatcher in your corner, you're ready to bloom into an amazing horticultural professional.
So go out there and grow something amazing.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.